Hey guys, what's up?
Let there be God.
Welcome,
Pod.
but not welcome in.
Yeah, we don't welcome in here.
We don't
Someone said welcome
anybody
in today in the fucking at Dick's when I walked in at the mall, and I was like, God
I
damn
feel
it.
like everybody in the world says welcome in.
That makes sense
Except
when
for
you're
us.
walking into a store.
You started.
We can say welcome in.
You started a triangle.
It's fine.
I did not start the
Why?
trend.
Why not just
Weird
accept
accents
it
coming
and
out.
own it? Welcome
He's
in.
fine. He's fine, mate.
Well, it's like getting mad at me. Like, why won't you accept that you started this?
Own it.
You are the creator of the welcome in.
You're the one,
Yeah,
you're
we're the
the
chosen
chosen
to the
one.
Unnecessary and Unfiltered podcast, where everything's unnecessary and everything's unfiltered. I am here with my
Accurate.
semi-good pal Logan.
Yeah, fuck you two.
Gage. Gage.
What's up?
And
Logan's, Logan's funny.
Hello, mate.
So,
And we have Australian Jordan joining us today from across the pond.
From Maine.
Yes, across Aldridge Pond to join us.
Aldridge.
Crawled on White Star this morning.
Crawled out of White
Sailing
Stars.
across White
are
Star.
you cuddling with your mic or what?
We're not at the cock segment yet.
Cool minute. Cool minute.
Cock. I'm not participating in the cock.
You're the featured artist.
Well, then you gotta give me more time to prepare.
He got
Got a fluffer in
nervous.
the back. Fluffer.
Alright, anyway.
What is
Moving
going on?
We never know what's going on.
Hey, fluffer.
He's the one that said you had a fluffer in the back.
Well, this is your house. Kyle lives in the back, so is Kyle the fluffer?
There's a couple people in the basement. I don't know.
This is a Jaguar fucking basement.
I haven't heard
I
of
haven't heard it yet.
That's Sunpuff's running around, right?
Hopefully.
Hopefully it is running, or hopefully it's not running.
Probably a pond down there.
So-
it's not raining.
It's what? A pond? Yeah, it hasn't yet. No.
Yeah, we're gonna go swim.
You asked me, but George's like, I don't know.
After this episode, we're gonna go
So
take
you
a
fucking
dip
said
in
it.
Jordan's basement.
Pond.
Anywho, it's been a couple weeks since we've been together. I don't think anybody's had
Thank
super
God.
super crazy. Shut up, Logan.
Fuck you in the Browns, bro.
Super crazy.
I didn't even say fuck Chug.
Super crazy stuff going on. Jordan, you had a pretty cool day yesterday, though. Your race.
Oh, did you?
Oh.
I was like, what
Yeah.
do cool?
When, yeah. Did a marathon relay. That was fun.
How does
You
it?
can do that in the
How does
Glass
a
City
marathon
Marathon.
relay work?
Really?
Yeah, they do marathon.
So you do marathons? Maybe I'll do that.
They do a half. You do. I
It's
think
in the
it's
spring,
I
right?
think it's a 5K, a half, the full marathon. And there's a relay.
I'd like to do the half marathon next year. If we're
I'll be
blessed.
working it. So hopefully you don't die because I can save you.
It's tough.
Okay.
That's my segment. It's not my segment you're in. It's not about
I
training.
can train though. I'll get there.
I'll try and miss you.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
You run a train?
We'll run a train on the
Don't.
glass.
We're
city.
gonna-
I was gonna say, be careful what you say next.
This is gonna be a train in the dead of winter. We're gonna
I know, and I don't like being cold, but
Train
we're
it
gonna
up.
power through it. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Just run in place in your house.
Too bad there's not a Jeep. Or a gym, not a Jeep.
There's not a
Too
Jeep.
bad
We're gonna run in a Jeep.
Dude, I can't run a Jeep for fucking.
The
There's not
Flintstones
a
Jeep. Got holes in the floor.
It's funny though, because we were just talking, like, if you would have went back 2 years ago, there's no way in hell you would have ran the race that you ran yesterday.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But now all of a sudden you're a runner.
Yeah, just this year.
I love it.
It's a great feeling.
Started running. It is, and runner's high is real as fuck, and I love it.
It is.
And yeah, running, cycling. I'm into it. I love it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, you got like 15 bikes in the garage.
Do you like better a race where you have no bike, or it's just running, or do you like the duathlon?
The duathlon was fucking cool
You like
because
that better?
I think I do like that better because it's more of like I don't know, like the race that we just did. I just ran in a straight line. It wasn't that great, and it didn't feel very competitive.
Straight line's fucking dumb.
And so it was a little harder for me to really get focused in. And
So for your duathlon, did you run first?
yes,
Did you have more of a feeling like, oh, I gotta get to that fucking bike? Like
yes,
now?
there was stage. Everything was staged. So it was like, okay, this is my goal here. I'm gonna set my goal here, and I'm gonna get to there. And so, I did my run. It was a short run. Got to my bike. I'm like, all right, I got to switch my shoes. It was all about setup and
I just
everything.
meant like running
Like-
wise. Like, so if you're running a straight line for what it was like 6 miles or
Yeah.
something, was it easier to do that or easier to run where you knew that as soon as you got done with your run, you got to hop on your bike?
Gotcha. I don't.
Like, was it like the finish line of like, I'm done, or the finish line of like, oh, I get to get on my bike? Which one did you try and get to faster?
Probably a finish line rather than just bike. because I've done bike races too, and it's kind of just similar. Like I know what needs to be done, and I just try to get to the finish line and end it. So I don't think it really matters when it comes to bike or running.
Pass the baton and be like, it's your fucking problem now. Like,
Yeah.
my
Yep.
part's done.
Yep.
I
Yep.
feel that.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Are you guys finished? Can we?
Sorry, we just got a little on
That
tangent.
was a Logan and Jordan segment. All right, you guys are done. You can go home.
Now we'll welcome Golden Gate to the podcast.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks for
No, what I was looking at is everyone's mic is facing upwards.
Their face?
No, like
The right
the logo's upside down, and yours is the only one that's right. I think.
Good
Like,
job, Cold Sweet. Cold stuff.
can you like? Yeah, I think
Mic on the
that's-
mic.
Is it, can you read road right?
Yep.
Correctly? Yeah. Or his is the only one correctly. That's what I noticed.
So
While
I'm
they
not
were
the,
having their
I'm not the
conversation.
shitty mic.
No, you're but everyone else is opposite.
Well, Mike was like MIKE or MIC?
I don't know. You're the one that said I was the shitty mic. We already had one.
Hey, look, there's a save the date that has a picture of me on the fridge.
Yeah, you're
I
getting
didn't
married,
get one of those.
brother.
You get married?
Do you really think you yours? You got yours.
Yeah,
You fucking
yeah.
lying.
Say
I don't know why I got an invite because I'm in it.
You should still get the invite.
Oh yeah.
To remind you.
I kind of
You
feel
know, because I would forget.
I kind of feel you. It could be like a. Like
It could just
you
be
didn't
like-
have to spend the postage. Just send it to
Like,
me.
just in case.
Bro, it's fucking like 60 cents. Give me it back. Give me 60 cents.
Alright, I'll send it back to you for
He mails you just 60 cents.
I'm gonna mail you your own fucking wedding invite.
I don't know, every time I
We haven't got any return to sender yet, so like all the addresses are right, I think. So
Nice.
Oh, ours will be there tomorrow.
Mhm.
Probably.
You just told me
Monday.
you have it, so I know you sent it
Yeah,
back.
but we're not coming, so I returned it to you. So it'll probably be there tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry, I respectfully decline.
To save the date or being in the wedding?
Both.
I was hearing something recently, or I heard something recently they were discussing about wedding invites, and like, so on wedding invites you have the option, you can either say, you know, yes, I'm attending, or I'm attending, and then you can, you know, a lot of times you can choose your food option, whatever, you know, you, or maybe sometimes it'll say how many, and then there's an option at the bottom that says, you know, no, we're unable to attend. But somebody was saying that a lot of times when, even if you choose no, that we're unable to attend, you're still maybe obligated that you're going to give them something. You're going to give them a card, a present, whatever. Like, hey, thanks for inviting me. Can't make it, but we'll give you this.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I was listening, they were saying is, how do we say no, I'm not coming, and no, I'm not fucking giving you anything?
Just
Like, don't. Why did you even invite me?
I think it depends on your relationship with.
Yeah, if you're just
said
inviting
person.
someone to invite them.
At that point, rip it up and throw it away and don't ever speak about it again. Why would you even care?
So you're not going to answer their RSVP at all?
If
If,
you're not,
if your
gonna
relationship
send
with that person is that bad, fuck
Yeah.
no.
if you're not, if you're not gonna like send them anything and you already know that, I would say don't even.
I don't think I've ever
Well,
been
it
in that
wouldn't even be
position,
a-
though.
yeah.
Don't even send a negative RSVP.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
though,
you're gonna
like,
send
who
them
would you,
already.
who like, in like one of our situations, who would you invite that would be like that?
It was a hypothetical.
Like,
for
Yeah,
them.
it's
I mean,
gonna,
I don't
it's
know
gonna
about us,
90%. I feel like 99% of the time that's gonna be a hypothetical situation.
Or like a
On a real
third,
note,
like
though?
a third cousin or something
Yeah.
that you feel like you had to invite because you invited everybody else on that side
Correct.
of the family.
Or you just don't invite that side of the family.
Which is, that's where my wedding went. It's an awkward
Still to be
family
said.
reunion. When people are like, "Oh, you're married?" Like,
What were you
Yeah, I
going to
haven't
say?
talked to you in fucking 12 years. The only time I talk to you is right now.
Jordan, what were you saying?
The only thing I can think of, like when it comes to RSVPs and stuff for weddings, would be like, okay, no, I don't want any of that food at all. I don't want to eat. How do I mark that on an RSVP? I'm just coming to get fucked up, have a good time, celebrate.
Because we
Okay,
got
well,
you special
here-
food, by the way.
here-
No,
here-
it's no. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
It's not a hint. I'm just saying.
Here's my answer. I feel like most people expect you, if you accept the RSVP, that you're gonna give as much as that plate of food is worth.
I'll give double, but I
Well, you don't have to.
don't
give-
want to
You
eat.
don't. You don't have to give.
This is
double.
hypothetically
You don't.
speaking. I'm just
Well,
saying.
I don't.
No,
think I don't
hypothetically,
think it is.
not hypothetically.
It's just
You're
not
giving, you have,
hypothetical.
you have
I know
food.
multiple people that I know one person, maybe two people, that literally people RSVP'd
That they were
and
coming?
and then didn't show up.
Yeah.
And they sent them like a fucking, like, you owe me this.
I've seen that
You
becoming
owe
a
me
new
this
trend.
dollar amount.
Yeah.
because
Oh, wait, like they
RSVP
sent them a
Like
bill.
an invoice, basically.
Like,
Yeah,
hey,
an
you said
invoice,
you're coming. We
yeah.
paid for your
Which
plate.
is tacky as hell, don't get me wrong. I would never do that.
That's crazy.
But I think that's the expectation. So, like, if you want to go, if you are going to the wedding and you don't want to eat whatever is offered to you, don't eat it. And I think the expectation is you
Give whatever that
kind
place-
of guess whatever the, like, per head a plate of food was.
I don't have an
and that's
issue
what
though
you
with
get.
Jordan, like especially for somebody that maybe on like a restricted diet. That's or like here's your food options, and you literally write on the RSVP. Yes, I'll be there, but no, I'm not going to eat. Because in all reality, then at that point, then they might be able to save $1, save some money.
Save some money. I'm just doing them a favor. Like, hey, I'm not gonna.
I think
And I'm just telling
at
you
that
that
point
you have a
though.
plate of food being
At
made
that
for
point
you,
though, they already have.
especially for you.
They have every plate of food fucking figured out. Like it doesn't matter if you're gonna eat it or not. If you're gonna be there, you're gonna get a plate, regardless of which option you choose. So at that point, I would just send it back. And if you're gonna go,
I don't send food back or at all. I don't send drinks back. I have sent.
no, but
drinks
I'm saying like if like say I was getting married, and you were invited, not in the wedding, I'm never getting married again.
You could renew your vow.
No, that will happen, but I'm not getting like remarried. Like we're not gonna have a.
Continue. We get it. Go.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's go.
Yeah, you had to fucking turn around tangent there. But if you don't want to eat, like if they're like, oh, you either get fucking steak or chicken, and you're like, oh, I don't want either.
I don't eat either of those.
Like I don't. You really can't be like, oh, hey, like give me another option. So
No,
like,
I wouldn't even
No, I know,
expect that.
but if you are gonna go to the wedding,
Maybe sides, I guess.
you're gonna give them something anyways, a dessert or something. I would just guess.
Does
guess what that?
So is it
fucking
frowned
plate
upon
of
to
food-
like bring food into the? I'm just kidding.
You bring your own food.
Honestly, like like if you would have brought food to my wedding, because you weren't on this diet at that point.
No.
Right? If you would have brought food to my wedding, I would have no problem with that.
It's not an issue.
It's different.
So
Different because we're close.
I think it also becomes different if you're in the wedding compared to not in the wedding.
Yeah, and I would never do that anyway.
But I don't think that
mean,
like if even like your second cousin was getting married and they sent you this and you sent it back, even if you just circled chicken you didn't want it, and then you brought your own food, they're not even gonna notice
Or you just
that
eat
you
before
brought
get
your
there.
own food. Like they won't notice if you just sat there and didn't eat. Like they don't pay attention to what rations are left.
For sure.
They just know that they expected you there, so they put this plate in front of you just for your sake. So I would say if you want to bring your own shit and you don't want to eat that, do that.
Fuck it.
And if you're already
Well,
going to give them a
fuck
card anyways, give them what you think that plate cost.
Copy.
So, this was actually something similar that happened to me earlier this year. I went to a friend's wedding, and I don't know. I guess I didn't. The thought just didn't even click to me about taking a gift or a card or something. Didn't even occur to me to do it.
No,
I don't know
no.
why. So I just didn't, and I didn't. I didn't take anything there, and it took me some time because after I would see this, like I know she doesn't fucking listen to this, so it's a coworker from regardless, but
And if you do now, we apologize.
yeah,
I
but
don't know.
I mean we're fine now, but
no, it's on that.
like for like the month,
We don't know.
literally like the month that I would see her after her wedding, she was super shitty, like cold towards me, and I couldn't figure out why. And I said something the one day, and they're like, yeah, like she got super salty with anybody that didn't give her a gift or give them any money for their wedding. And I'm like, really?
I don't know. I don't understand that because if I ever get married, which probably might not happen, I don't know. Anyway, if I ever get married,
Let's not go down that
this
path.
is a celebration for like two people fucking in love. Like that's what it's for. I literally will have on the fucking invites no presents, no fucking gifts. Don't bring a goddamn thing. I don't want anything
You
because
better marry a specific type of woman.
that's why I'm never getting married.
if,
but-
if that's your go-to, like
No, like, because I hate, like, my mom. She's always, every time I see her, bless her heart, she's an amazing woman. She always tries to give me shit. Like, I bought this for you. Mom, I will never fucking use that in my life. I don't want it.
my mom always.
And
buys
it
me
sounds
clothes
rude,
and
but
shit.
seriously, though, it's like, I have so,
Use some
I'm like,
clothes.
I live a really weird lifestyle. So I'm like, I don't want a bunch of shit that I'm not going to use. I don't want any of it.
Here's
I
a
think-
panini press, Jordan. I
I
found it at a
think-
garage sale.
I think you could.
You can make a veggie panini
You could
tomorrow.
you could do it in like an eclectic way, where it's like not like traditional gifts.
It'd be
and
super
shit.
non-traditional. Yeah. For
Like,
sure.
I feel like if you're like, don't fucking bring me anything, people are gonna be like, what the fuck is not.
So I actually texted a couple people like,
Or like-
and I will say I would have loved to have a female perspective on this because the females that I spoke to actually agreed somewhat with her, just in the aspect that they're like, well, you should have at least, typically the generalized rule of thumb is if you're going to a wedding, to at least give them like possibly what they might have spent towards like your food essentially.
Right, yeah. So
you know,
that
so
plate-
you're covering your
that
plate.
plate is what essentially your card.
And
is
she
supposed
told
to
me,
cover.
and from my aunt, you know, my aunt she's like helped run a bunch of different weddings over the years, and she told me like generally $50 a person is about like the normal going rate. So she's like, you know, you giving them $50, like that's, you know, they're gonna be happy with that.
Well,
And honestly, like once you're married and you're going through all those cards and you've been through all these cards, like you don't, at least personally, you don't fucking remember even what card gave you what. Like it sounds kind of shitty.
Unless you're like
Un-
specifically
unattached.
hunting for.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't feel
It
like
sounds
it was.
unattached, but like you're not, and maybe you should like
whatever
write
you get, you're
everything
thankful
down,
for. I
like,
mean, everybody
tally,
came and
but-
showed it.
I
and
think
celebrated.
it's changed a lot too
Well-
because there's so many different avenues to
Sorry,
do it now.
I keep having a fucking
Go ahead.
thought that's relevant. So Bob's wedding, on like the card table, he had like so it was not just like a here Venmo me this, but like it was like if you don't have a card, if you don't have anything, like whatever,
Here's a
and
Venmo.
if you feel like
Huh.
you should have got us something but didn't, like here's a Venmo.
If you forgot.
That's not
And
a
you know
bad.
what?
That's not a bad
Right,
idea.
it's like,
Honestly, not.
don't just use it because it's here, but if you feel the need to use it, here it is.
I think I would have done that
And that's what
had
we did.
she done that.
We
To be
did
honest,
because it was a crazy day for Jess going to the hospital.
I had to work in the morning. You know,
And I was there fucking all day, and I didn't have any fucking money on me. I didn't have a card because I'm fucking terrible with that. Even if it's fucking my anniversary,
like it
I'm
did.
just
It
not good
doesn't.
at that,
It
but-
doesn't necessarily excuse like for me not taking anything. But I also worked. It was a Friday wedding,
no,
so I
it
worked
makes
in
it
the
a lot
morning,
easier.
and it does.
Because that's what Jess. We were walking out, and she was like, "God damn it, you didn't bring a card. I didn't bring a card." Like,
Also-
good thing they have this fucking.
But
Venmo
I'm
on
kind of in the
because
same boat with Jordan, and this was my thought process of you invited me to your wedding. It does not say on the fucking invite, bring a gift or, you know, a card or something. So I'm feeling like, okay, you invited me to come celebrate your wedding with you. I didn't know I had to give you some type of money. Like I didn't know that was an implication.
And
to
that's
go to
it's
a
just
wedding.
it's all about the
It's-
stereotypical
Yes.
what you're supposed to
It's
do,
an
and that's
implication.
it's
whether it's right or wrong it's.
And we're not.
Yeah,
She and I
it's-
weren't even that close. I was shocked I got invited, to be honest. So that was
Those
one
ones
that
are always
surprised
the
me.
weirdest ones.
Those
where
are
you're
the
like,
ones
why
where
am
you're
I like, should I even really be here?
Yes.
Like, did you only invite me so that I would give you
Yeah,
something?
let's
we
just
were
invite
somewhat
1,000
friends,
people,
but-
so they all fucking send us 50.
And it wasn't a super crazy busy
That's
wedding.
what
Like
I'm
there's
saying,
150 people at this wedding, but
I mean, but did you go?
absolutely. And she was, but I will say at the wedding she was pissed off because one of the other coworkers did not come, and he RSVP'd that he was going to come. So she was pissed off they didn't because they paid for the food for him, understandably.
But you gotta-
But I'm
it
like,
sounds,
hey,
it sounds like she had a miserable time in her.
And
wedding.
but it's
No, no.
Just
You have to-
over money and
When
bullshit.
doing a wedding,
It's
you have
after the wedding,
you have
yeah.
to assume that somebody's gonna RSVP and not come.
yeah, but I've seen that trend. I've seen it on Facebook to where like I didn't think it was real, but I think it has become like some people are doing it. Like, if they're petty, whatever.
We'll send
But,
you
like,
an invoice.
They will literally send you a thing that says, "Hey, look, like we invited you. You said you were coming. We paid $150 for you to come to our wedding, and then you didn't show up. Can you at least give us?" And you didn't even give us a reasoning. No, hey, I can't come. Hey, this is what happened.
And
No,
I-
nothing.
Well, you know what I have to say to those people? Fuck you.
Some people didn't come, or the people that
In
are
a general scheme of
sending
things,
the
if
invoice.
you're spending $15K on a wedding, what is $150?
Well, yeah, but at the
you're-
same time, all that $150 is what adds up to $15K. And if I ask you specifically, are you coming to the wedding? And you say yes, I will be there. Me and another person.
See, but that's different now.
Insane.
That's not $150. That's $300.
Well, regardless, because most of the time, I mean, I'm talking like from a family perspective. Like, if you ask me, are you and your wife coming, and I say yes, we will. Because if you RSVP, that is a 100% we will be there.
Yeah.
You could have easily said no, we will not. Like, we regret to inform you, we will not be there. But if you say, oh yes, 100% we will be there at your wedding, and then you don't show up, I mean, that's literally.
Yeah, that's shitty.
Say 10 couples did that.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
That all just fucking
That's
adds
why
up, and then
it's-
it's just money that they have sitting there that it's like, okay, never mind.
That's why
Go
I do.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think
weddings are
I
not
get that. It is shitty. It's shitty that
The whole invoice thing, like I could never like
I
send
mean,
an invoice.
but I think
to
it's
someone
different.
that
I think
didn't
it's
show
different
up.
if you give like if like
I get the
say you have a wedding this weekend and you're like, fuck, I just got scheduled to work, I can't get out of it. If I call you or text you and be like, hey,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
apologize, but I cannot make it to your wedding now.
Would you send a
Yes.
card though?
Yeah, like that would be different. But that's what I was saying earlier, before you got your thought was there's so many different routes to do shit now. Like Like Bray and I have you can make a website, and like you don't even have to bring a
You just
card.
got a
You can
website,
do it
huh?
on the website, to where you just like you can buy a gift or you can
Send
buy
an NFT.
Yeah, or anything. You know what I mean?
I thought
That was very random.
That's a really high quality NFT.
Hell yeah,
But
we
you know what I'm
accept
saying? You don't
NFTs,
have to bring a
yes.
card because technically you could give you could give your whatever money you wanted on that website, and then
Yeah, but I guess at least my personal example of who I'm talking about, like they didn't receive a card from the person.
Oh, yeah, no, I get what you're
RSVP'd
saying,
and didn't
yes.
show up,
Yes.
didn't receive a card from them. But yeah, if you're up front and like
that's what I'm saying. It's
and
different.
Even if you RSVP'd and then like a week before the wedding, you're like, hey man, like sorry, we're not gonna be able to make it. Like, then you send this via Venmo or fucking NFT or
Yeah,
fucking
well that's like
Tesla stock or
we
something.
can use we can use Bob's wedding for me, for example. Like,
Do you have my vans?
yes, I do. They're in my
Hey.
So what happened was he texted me later and was like, hey, you guys, it wasn't like before the RSVPs were due, but he was like, hey, have you RSVP'd yet? Like, are you coming? I said, I'm probably gonna have to work. I don't think I can get 2 Fridays off in a row. I will come afterwards as long as it's not over, but like, I will not be there to like eat, but Bree will be there.
Sure, sir.
So then like I feel like that's like different than being like, hey, yes, I'll be there, and then just not show up till 10 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean for this episode to get down this tangent, but it was just
It's a
something that I was
tangent.
thinking about. But like I said, I think a female perspective
Yeah,
is
we need a
very different on this because, like I said, almost every female I talked to all said, well, yeah, and she doesn't. It's petty that she's being, shitty towards you because you didn't give anything. But the general rule of thumb is to at least give something. Because they were nice enough to invite you. They paid for your money for your dinner and your booze.
It's just like
You could have at least given something.
Once you RSVP, like it's almost expected.
That you
There's something to get
So you're
back.
telling me if I'm dead shit broke, and I don't have money to give to somebody for their wedding, I should reply that I can't make it to your wedding?
At that point, like
people, but if you're being like, so let's say this for example, like you say we're in that situation with me, I'm gonna know that
You're gonna know what?
that situation.
You literally can't.
That I don't have any money? How are you gonna know that?
No, like you get what I'm saying.
They're not
I'm
gonna-
not gonna know what's in your bank account, but like I know
You're not gonna invite your fucking, third uncle on your mom's.
If I'm inviting one of my
that
best
you know
friends and
is
know
a
your
fucking
situation and what's
street.
going on,
If you have 300 people you're inviting to your wedding, you're not gonna know every single one of them whether or not they can afford coming to your wedding. You're not gonna.
I get what you're saying.
There's
but
that
I beg
many
to differ.
people. You're not gonna. I don't feel like how though? How do you know every single person whether or not how they're doing
And
financially?
you don't know, because once you start going through cards and shit, like you're not like, oh my god, I never saw a card from this guy.
No,
Yeah.
you don't
This
even pay attention to it.
family, our third cousins didn't fucking send me a card.
But she did. The girl that I went to her fucking wedding
So
apparently
that's
did.
an outlier, I would say.
Yeah, like
I think it's a rule of thumb thing, but like, there's no
20%
unless-
tip is a rule of thumb thing too.
Yeah, do you follow it?
I tip more than 20% every time I go
Exactly.
in.
There's a
It's
big
not-
ass
it's
spider
not
on your floor, by the way.
It's not a fucking necessity.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my god, there's a
That was-
massive
that was
spider on the
legit.
floor.
Oh, that
There's
was
a
a
massive
legit
spider
joke.
on the floor.
Dude,
Dude, go kill that thing.
That was real.
Seriously, that's gonna be in your ears tonight.
Jordan just jumped out of his chair.
Jordan, what time is it?
It's time for the Media Minute!
What do you got this week? Anything good?
What was that ethnicity?
Who wants to start us off?
Yeah, Logan, why don't you start us off?
Logan, you got
All
this
right, Media Minute.
Alright, I got like an oldie but goodie. I kind of think. So if I say the name Mike Stud, is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did not know Mike Stud when he was Mike Stud.
Yeah, it's just Mike now.
Now he's just Mike Dot.
Yeah, his name is Mike.
Just Mike Dot.
Did I play ignorance here? I don't know who that is.
So he's a rapper technically,
Kind
I
of,
would
sort
say.
of. I'd say he kind of makes the same type of music, not the same type, but like it's kind of feels. It's like more of R&B hip hop, kind of like Mac's later shit was.
So here's what drew me to him.
Put your mic closer.
Sorry.
But that thing that where it came from also help me.
So I believe that he originally came out as Mike Stud
Correct.
for like 2 albums maybe.
Who's doing
3 or 4.
And then
3, I think.
Yeah,
3 or 4.
I'm shooting out my ass here. But now,
Diarrhea.
whoa, no, not that. It's full solid Mike Stud. So now he is just Mike. Dot. And so what drew me to him is he's a rapper. He's a white dude. Like, he's a gorgeous dude, but he's a white dude rapping.
Welcome to the media hour.
We're as real as we get here. Come on.
I feel like our audience is laughing.
That's good. Cool.
We got the cue cards prepared.
So he's a rapper, but like what drew me to him is like the first 2 songs that I heard. It starts off completely.
Is it a new
acoustic.
album?
Yes.
His new album's very good.
Well, but then once I dig deeper, it's not. But
Yeah.
it's completely acoustic.
I'm
So
pretty sure that album is called
he-
Just Mike.
No, that's not the one I'm talking about.
His girlfriend's hot.
One of my
He's a
favorite songs.
I'm not
from
gonna
him
lie,
is
dude.
It
He's
Ain't
a
Safe.
fucking stud.
His girlfriend used to be
Like,
Josie Canseco.
If he's called
I don't
Mike
know if it is
Studs, because
anymore.
he's a fucking stud. Like, cause you.
Did
fall
you know
asleep
that
in
he
his eyes.
pitched for Duke University?
Yeah,
Yes.
he played at Duke.
Yeah.
They tore his
But-
rotator cuff or labrum.
I've listened to some of his older shit, and it's more like hip hop based, and I don't love that as much. Like, it's super lyrical, but it's kind of like
you're the
kinda,
highest.
it's kind of corny lyrical to me. But his newer shit is like very instrumental, fucking acoustic, like vibe
Mm-hmm.
driven, and that shit I just love because he's got a great fucking R&B voice, but then also fucking spits and raps on it, and it's based.
I'm glad that more people
There's a
are
lot
starting
of-
to listen to him.
There's a lot of acoustic guitar like in the back of
I didn't know
in the backtrack, and
the weekend.
I've been listening to that dude fucking on my
That's
hour
the
drive.
highest.
That like
That's what
fucking.
that album's called.
I just Mike Dot Radio. It's not fucking Mike Stud. It's fucking.
Oh yeah.
I
You
I've
just
been
listen
listening
to
to him
Mike
for a couple
Ray.
years. I like Mike Stud a lot.
No, he's good.
I listened to him when we were in high school. I think.
I didn't even know anything about that
Good one.
dude until I looked him up, and I was like, oh, he's been around.
So yeah, the year after we graduated high school. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 albums are Mike Stud. And
This album where he's like pouring a beer, but it's like
for the
Stud
homies.
Light
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
for the
for the
homies.
homies.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the last one as Mike Stud, I believe.
I've been thinking that song specifically.
It Ain't Safe is on that album. It's a fucking great song.
That's probably
It was
my favorite
good.
album.
Yeah, no, I love that song.
Vibey as shit.
All right, Goldsby, what do you got?
This week I started listening to Smartless, which is a podcast that I heard about a while ago and I never started listening to it. And I just something made me think about it this week. And it's a podcast with Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and Sean Hayes.
Oh fuck, that's a good podcast. I can already tell.
Yes. And what's interesting though is I told
You're good.
Jordan about it
Wanna
yesterday.
Listen.
But I told Jordan about it yesterday, and he didn't know who any of those 3 were. So, but I know
he
he's
also
not.
has a computer monitor as a TV.
I know he doesn't really watch TV or anything, so it makes sense.
Straight out of the Groundlings, is that like the New York base?
Yes,
Or the-
I'm impressed he knew what Groundlings was. To be
Groundlings.
honest, yeah. So,
props to Dak Shepard and the Armchair.
yes. So, like I told you, the very first guest they had on, they started last year during COVID, and the very first guest they had on was Dak Shepard. One of the coolest parts about this podcast is they're only about 45 minutes long. They're not super lengthy, but they every episode they do from home. They don't get together. They all do from their own comfort, their own home, whatever. And the other one of the 3 of them each week brings a guest on, but they don't tell who they're bringing on.
That's cool.
So they'll come in and they'll give a little intro that, hey, my guest this week has 7 Academy Awards, blah blah blah.
So the other two don't know.
No, they don't have a clue.
That's
And then
cool.
he's like, welcome my guest, blah 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 blah. And
Jared Smith.
it was so awesome, man.
His
I
first collegiate
love
golf tournament this weekend.
everything about this podcast. It is hilarious. It's raw. It's great information. It's funny. It's informative. You learn so much about somebody like the actors and stuff and not even just actors, like just celebrities and just people in general. So like their very first episode they had was Dak Shepard, and their second one they had Neil deGrasse Tyson on. So I mean they have just a crazy list of people. The one I listened to last night and into today was Seth Rogen. Awesome to kind of see his side of things a little bit. I mean, they've had Robert Downey Jr., Maya Rudolph, Will Ferrell, Kamala Harris. Such a long list. They started it last year. They do them every Monday. They're released, and they're up to 65 episodes. So, and they stay relevant. Like I said, it's just you get to learn a little bit. It's a really, really deep podcast. I listen to it now more than any of the other ones because it's funny. It's super funny.
That's how Dak Shepard's is, but they're like 2 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
some of those podcasts that are that long are hard to listen to. By the
I
time
kinda
you
like
finish an episode, but yeah, you're driving that far.
No, but even from running. Or
But like
whatever,
a lot of for the Joe Rogan podcast, for example, he releases like 3 podcasts a week.
I don't know
Yeah,
how.
that's-
And
Like
they're 4 hours long.
there ain't no way I'm listening to 3-4 hour podcasts.
I don't know how he
a
does
week.
that many. I really don't. I've never understood that. But this
It
one,
makes it work.
once a
He
week,
makes a shit. He
they
got a
record.
fucking bag from Spotify. That's how he does it.
It's just interesting because they talk like they'll ask people about like their lives and like Dak Shepard. I never knew that he came from a really like rough home. He had a lot of
Detroit.
he had a lot of not abuse.
4 stepdads.
Well, he had that, but then he had a lot of like addiction issues and drug and alcohol issues, and it's crazy.
He's still in the program.
Yeah, and he talks about how much sobriety, but like how Kristen Bell has kind of changed his life. His wife, and and how much he doesn't even like acting anymore. He doesn't enjoy that.
Elsa.
So it's interesting. It really is. It's a
She's
great.
on.
It's
She's
like
on.
it's something that I'll throw on now, driving like to and from work or wherever, and it's just they're 40 to 45 minute episodes, and they're funny. Like they're sitting there laughing and joking. You could tell they're friends. They have an awesome chemistry, and they're 3 comedians that are great. And I love all their work that we're in too. Like fucking Jason Bateman's one of the best actresses out there.
I love Jason Bateman.
So
I know
anything
on
he
that, but I
does.
don't know the other one.
Sean Hayes.
probably
I think
do,
his
but-
biggest role was in Will and Grace. But he's
the
on.
hot redhead.
Yeah, but they've done a bunch of different stuff. I mean, he's not as big of a name, I don't feel like, as the other ones unless you watch Will and Grace. But they're it's good. Like I said, they all have a really good chemistry together, and I definitely recommend it. So Jordan, what do you got?
Those are really good, by the way.
I got
Uh,
a podcast. I don't watch it on
Uh-oh.
TV or anything, but
Competition.
I've been listening to this podcast. I've been definitely not a first time listener. I've been listening to this podcast for a long time, but they just dropped a new episode that's really good. But it's called Great Moments in Weed History, and it's
Did
with
we talk? I think you talked about.
I
this
probably have.
before we had the media minute.
Yeah. Before we had the
Which
media,
time
so I'm
we
just
just
gonna throw in the
started
media
that, so
minute.
it's
Yeah, might as well. But it's
Let
with
him know.
Abdul Saeed. He's a cannabis enthusiast. Been traveled around the world doing work with cannabis, and he's a journalist as well. And David Bienenstock, he's a journalist for Leafly. But anyway, they just talk about real, true, great moments in weed history and how it's evolved through time and whatever. But the most recent episode that I listened to, I mean, they talk about everything from how the Beatles smoked their first joint in New York with I can't remember his name. Anyway, another famous guy. But to Willie Nelson smoking a joint on the rooftop of the White House.
Insert artist from the 70s to the 90s.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, but the most recent episode was about like with all the things with the Olympics that happened with weed recently.
The sprinter.
In recent time, yep. They released an episode about a Canadian guy, Rob Ligati, I think something like that is his name. But he was the first one to get his medal taken away, stripped from him for failing a drug test
Before
for
Michael
cannabis. Yeah, this was in the 90s. This was like right. It was a
Yeah,
snowboarder.
Phelps never lost his medals.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
They probably couldn't fucking. They can't carry all of them. That's why.
Too many.
Which one are we gonna take?
They sank.
That's interesting. I'll have to look that up.
Um,
Like I said,
But yeah, it's really good.
No, my only thing with
it's
that
fun.
is like, do they just keep going back to people that like have an interest and like a bias with weed?
No, it's
'Cause I feel like if you're going like with like the history of weed and like all that, like it could be a short podcast. So like, are there guests like people that?
they do bring on guests every once in a while. They talk about just about anything and everything because they put together stories and they tell it like a story. So it's literally like you're sitting
So,
down and
do
they're
they go
reading
through
your story.
stories with like,
It's a super cool.
with people that are like, from
Cousins.
40 years ago, and like their stories with the weed or like the weed. That sounds ridiculous.
You definitely don't smoke.
So you do the weed. Tell me
You do
your
the
story.
weeds.
the marijuana.
Tell me about your weeds.
But I feel like if you're just like going with like the story of the weed,
Cue the box.
like that could be like a 5
No,
episode
it's-
podcast. So like they
There you
have
go.
guests
What's a
where
podcast?
they like go
Absolutely.
through like, okay, so you're a proprietor of the weed.
Like Santa Claus was a guest on one of the episodes.
No, he
Huh?
wasn't.
No, he wasn't. But they did tell the story about how Christmas was formed with
Cooper
cannabis
listens
or
to
with
this, and now he
magic
doesn't
mushrooms
fucking
and
believe
shit.
in
But
Santa Claus,
He
or he
doesn't-
believes in Santa
Cooper
Claus.
listens to
Fucking
this podcast?
Wait, you let Coop listen to this?
I hope not.
Unintentionally, he does.
How does that unintentionally?
Logan comes home from work and he's watching the YouTube video.
Jesus.
Dad, what does DP mean?
That has never been the topic up until right now. Cooper, fucking shut your ears, go to bed.
Huh.
No, I was just curious.
No,
I feel
anyways, I'll
like,
look
I
it
feel
up.
like the
I like it.
origin of weed, like of cannabis, would die.
Yeah, I mean, if
Would
you're
die
talking,
out
if you're
fast.
talking about
This isn't a science program. This is
No, Neil deGrasse
this
Tyson's
is-
not leading this.
This is definitely
It's not a science program. It's a fucking.
I know, but I'm saying like this is you're not sitting in class and you have a professor teaching you about the history of weed.
Yeah,
This is
even though that's what
this
the name
is
is.
fun, extraordinary, crazy ass stories, like how 420 was created by a group of friends that found a fucking treasure map and went off into an adventure in Humboldt County, California,
I didn't know
and
that.
found this treasure trove of a shit ton of fucking weed on 420.
So,
and now we
okay.
smoke weed every 420.
How long are the episodes?
They're anywhere from like 40 minutes to an hour, and they're and
So, but they do have guests on that. Like,
they have guests. They smoke all the
expand on
time.
Their
Welcome to the media, 12
experience and like
minutes.
their start.
Yep.
Like what? Yeah.
Need
Okay.
a name.
No, I get it.
Media
I'm not like saying like, oh god, this is dumb. Fucking tell me more. I'm trying to
Fuck
expand.
you.
Yeah,
Recommendation.
absolutely.
No.
No, it's definitely an interesting.
Alright, time
No,
out.
for sure.
Okay.
I'm not trying to downgrade.
Media
I'm
hour.
just trying to expand.
Gage, what do you got?
This is
So,
media fucking almost Monday.
so I was just gonna say Squid Game, but that seems like a bailout right now.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
I
it doesn't.
have no,
it
I
doesn't.
don't know
no idea
anything
what
about
that
what this
Because
is,
I have watched
and I'm
it
seeing,
How many episodes have you watched?
4.
Okay.
but I'm seeing it
And I
everywhere,
feel like
and
I
I
need
don't
to
know what
talk
it's
about
about.
it.
I don't know anything.
All right,
about
let's talk about that.
It's
So
huge.
I'm a big Squid Game. It's all over social media, so it's kind of hard to give you.
First of all,
are you gonna watch it?
yes, I will. But first of all, what
Then
is it
I
on?
can't really talk about it.
What is it on?
Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Okay,
It's a
so just
Netflix
give me the
exclusive.
premise of what it's about.
Kyle just put
So,
some mic
but like
in
I-
my face.
So what it is a bunch of so it's
Oh, if you didn't
short
intentionally play
story is
I might have hit your chair.
I guess I would call him the main character. So like he's in he's in a shit ton of debt, and what they're doing, this game they're playing is they're taking people that are in a shit ton of debt and letting them play a game to win a shit ton
to
of
get
money.
them out of their debt.
To get them out of that basically.
Okay.
And there can only be one winner. They tell you that at the beginning basically, but no one really pays attention to it. There's a lot of conspiracies about it because
That's kind of fucked up.
so it's in Korean.
The whole thing.
You can watch it in English dubbed, but I would recommend it not doing that.
So just to break in on your conversation here, I have watched it with the English dub. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I had it on, and
I
Bree
pushed-
goes, "Shut that the fuck off right
I
now."
pushed my
That's how I'm
way.
gonna put it in Korean.
I pushed my way through the first 4 episodes.
Yeah, watch it in Korean with
And-
subtitles. It's much better.
It's gotten huge. I've seen it everywhere.
But
So.
the English dub, dude, it's like the most. It's the corniest fucking like, just bullshit dub over you've ever seen.
Yeah. But like it's like they
hard to
play
watch.
like Korean schoolyard games and shit, but with a twist.
Look into it.
Like
Like if you
for
don't,
like the first game they play is red light, green light.
if you don't make it across the line, you get shot in the head.
Or if you move during red light, you die.
So
Like,
this
you
is
get
like
shot.
Hunger Games. Like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
right.
poor
Korean-
bitches,
it's
we're gonna
Korean-
murder
it's
you, but
Korean-
here's a
it's-
chance to make
it's
some
like-
fucking money.
Korean
Get a
Hunger
job.
Games to get you out of that is what it is.
But yeah, but it's
Jesus
not. You don't
Christ.
just get chosen. Like they give you a card.
They give you a
have-
choice. You
Is
get
this
a choice.
legal? What the
if you
fuck?
want, no.
It's a fucking movie.
It's like gambling, basically.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like a fucking reality show.
No.
He's like, wait a minute, we're actually.
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
No.
about?
This is a fictional
It's
TV
shot
show.
in the head. If you
Actually,
fucking lose
it's in,
red light,
South,
green
it's in
light?
South Korea. It might be
Are they
real.
children?
It could be. It could be.
It might
It's
be real.
a
I
totally
don't know. It's in
possibly
South
real.
Korea.
No,
So-
the show itself is not like a reality.
It's not like
Not
fucking
the
like someone's
Bachelor
running around with the
fucking
camera filming and
headshot
get
edition.
blasted with shit.
Okay. This is like a okay.
Spoiler alert, by the way. So we should have prefaced that part with spoiler. alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. All right. Well, no
But
more
that's all I wanna
details,
talk about.
but
yeah, if you're gonna actually watch
all
it.
right. Well, that's
yeah.
very intriguing.
No,
because
actually,
I'm like,
we could you could
It wasn't.
expand
It
on, like-
wasn't super. That was probably the best exclamation.
So like the red
explanation you
light,
could
the
give.
red light, green light part, they play red light, green light, and if you move, you get shot in the head. And
Or in the
there's
chest.
There's like 500 people that sort, all in debt.
Yeah, it's like four
millions of
4%.
dollars. Well, it's really in the fucking Korean won, so it's like they're in like $300,000 worth of debt. and had the chance to win, like, I think I looked it up.
So every time,
Looked at like 38 million or
Yeah,
something.
the chance to win is like almost up to like 60 million at one point, like
of yen or US dollars
of US dollars.
equivalent.
The yuan is like
Won, yeah.
197,000 trillion, but it's
Yeah, it's a
actually,
shit ton of money in won, but
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
so like, they play this game
like
and they
10,
fucking
like
if you,
$100,000 won.
if
is
you
like
even fucking
like
move your
$100.
fucking right hand, they say red light, you get fucking shot.
Yeah, like, you can't move at all.
Not at all.
But you're out of debt.
No, only one person.
Oh
Everyone
yeah,
else
because
is
you're
dead.
dead.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so what the
I don't know.
like
This is
what
for
the
some
description
reason-
of the show is basically like it's like showing you what morals you would completely ignore to get yourself to where you need to be.
Yeah.
Because at any point in the game, if the majority of the people in the game don't want to play, the game is over.
Well, I see.
You get
I
what I'm
can
saying?
see why
So,
people
like,
are so.
There's
crazy
there's
about
460 people in the game. Say if 300 of them don't want to play, the game's over.
But then
Nope.
the piggy bank keeps filling up.
And
they
everyone's
say
like-
who still wants to play.
So the money is above them the entire time. They can see it.
I could totally see like as morbid as this, I could totally see like a millionaire, like some fucking sadistic, crazy ass motherfucker
He's
that.
the one fronting the money.
But I'm saying this is a real life ordeal. Like he has
It's the
he's-
Hunger Games.
Yes, essentially, but a real life fucking guy that's got millions and millions and millions of dollars that is just loves fucking sadistic, crazy shit like
And
that.
thinks
And he
that
says,
they're
"Hey,
helping people."
I'll pay off all your fucking debt for you," and they create these crazy ass games for them to watch. Like there's I don't know what I don't remember what it was, but there was a movie or a TV show or something, almost like a Criminal Minds type thing, where somebody was running. I remember seeing this before. Actually, it was an episode of The Blacklist that they were doing something like this. That they made people that like not rich people like basically fight to their death.
Yeah, there's been a couple movies too that like they're hunting like poor people for sport. Like
Yes.
they take people, tell them if you survive for a week or if you could do this for a week, we'll give you $100 million, and then it's literally them being hunted by rich white people.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying it happens,
Which
but
leads to a conspiracy. Does that actually happen? Which is what you're
We're
getting
not
at.
going down
Well,
that
getting
fucking-
I can also
That's a
see
long ass
this.
rabbit hole that we don't have time for.
That leads
There's another rabbit hole we
that
can go down
leads
as
to
well.
trafficking kids and otherwise. That is
Nobody
a
brought up
fucking
kids.
very broad.
Yeah, that
no, I
conspiracy
mean,
is-
I'm not trying to go down a conspiracy. It just made me
No,
think about it. I'm like,
agreeing
wow,
with
that
you.
could be
I
interesting.
agree with you. I like that.
I think we're on
I
the
don't
same
like
top-
that,
we're on the
but
same
that's a rabbit hole that I will follow you down with.
Appreciate it.
I'll go down on you over
Because
there.
I do not think
Follow
that
you
that's like a
down
totally.
with- follow you with that, yeah.
I don't think that's a totally like unrealistic thing to think that there are people that are so fucking
Oh, there definitely are.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
There definitely are.
rich and so like demonic that they would put humans as fucking like rabbits and squirrels in a fucking woods and fucking hunt them.
Yeah.
I do not. Maybe it's
Well,
movie.
this- to
Maybe it's
me-
movie driven, but it's. I feel like that is a pretty realistic synopsis.
In my mind, just you telling us what this was all about just instantly pissed me off. It made me fucking angry.
Oh yeah.
It literally did. It made me angry because I can see this even in real life. Like I thought it was real at first. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
no,
the
you
fuck?
did- you
It's so
100%
fucked
thought
up.
this
But
was
then when
a
you said
reality
it wasn't, I
TV
got
show.
to thinking. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, no, they
This is
signed
kind of
a
like-
waiver before they
this is
started.
like-
That was like, I don't care if I die.
This is like in retrospect, it's kind of almost real life in general. Anyway.
Yeah.
This is like the higher ups, the people with all the fucking money run the world, run the government, run everything that we do in life, and we're just the peons playing this fucking stupid ass game.
Running around
They're
trying not to get
dangling,
shot.
they dangle all this super nice stuff, this materialistic bullshit that nobody needs, but everyone has to have. And you have to work your dicks off for the rest of your life to own that. And you are in debt to these people for the rest of your life just to own that stupid materialistic thing that they created so you could be in debt the rest of your life. And it's literally,
shit.
Fucking
Yeah,
real.
Suction.
I'm just saying,
That's
just saying. All right. Anyway, that's all I got.
No, I like it.
But that's
that was the
The only thing
that was
is-
the media 20 minutes.
That's gonna turn into the media fucking until midnight. Like,
it fucking could real quick. We're well on our way.
Yeah, that was 10:35.
trust me, I know asshole.
And
That
believe
was-
me, I know
that was
assholes.
That was so bad.
Why we go back to Firefly?
We're gonna just smack
Alright.
him in his face.
He just ran into the fucking rim. Instant
I am so glad that the camera is facing that direction. It definitely got that on camera. He smacks you and then ran straight into the rim.
Logan, is the shower on?
Yeah,
Did you guys pee in the water when you pee?
No. We should have went.
Do you pee in the water? Directly in the water?
Or around the bowl?
Yes.
It depends.
I was a little ashamed.
Do you pee in the water
I was
when you pee?
Yeah,
Like
well, I
right
shoot.
now?
I shoot to where it doesn't splash me.
It
I
does.
find a
like
sweet
to make
spot.
as little noise as possible.
Me too.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't splash, yes, but it depends on if I'm in the men's bathroom at a restaurant. I don't give a fuck when I pee in the water. But if it's the middle of the night and there's like somebody sleeping in the room beside me,
I've never
pee on
peed
the
in the water ever.
You should have had me get up. You gave me a fart transplant.
Transplant.
Y'all ain't never had a fart transplant before?
But see, I feel like then, if I'm not making noise, then I feel like it's more awkward. Like if there's me,
What, you taking a
me and
piss?
another dude in the
Do you just
urinal
pee
at
in
the
the
same
water?
time.
Yeah, I pee in the water, but I-
That's a question. We all just heard.
He shouldn't have any water though. His dick's in the water.
Fucking
motherfucker overflowed on the floor.
I do have a valid question. But if you're taking a shit in a public bathroom, do you ever just like flush it as you shit?
Yes.
No.
Okay,
No, let that
Yes.
shit out.
Okay, I don't
I get
understand.
super
out of there.
self-conscious if it's like.
If you're in a public bathroom, I don't care if it's the nastiest bathroom you've ever been in your entire life.
It's like a big ass shit.
If
in the
you
water.
if
Preaching
you
to me.
shit on the toilet seat somehow,
Why the
if
fuck
it
would I
fucking
do that?
happens, if it
doesn't
fucking
happen.
happens, I don't fucking know.
Apparently it's
if
happening.
it happens, do you clean it up? Do you wipe it off with
I
this?
would absolutely clean
Absolutely,
it off.
you
the
clean it
toilet
off.
I swear to God, at work, my work only employs 100 fucking people. And once a week, I go into the fucking bathroom to take a shit, and there is a turd on the toilet seat. I'm like, how?
Do you think they're doing it intentionally?
It doesn't happen.
Or do you think they're just too old and they don't realize?
Dude,
No,
I don't
it
know.
has to be
But it's like,
intentional. It has to be intentional.
I don't understand. It's some kind of sick
I feel like
joke.
this should
Stop
all
going
be
to that stall.
This should all be part of the podcast.
I will
I
definitely.
am recording all of this.
I will
Fuck yeah.
definitely.
I didn't say we
This
should
is the
stop.
last
This
segment.
should be part of it.
You're not talking to your mic.
It is.
It's just
It's
cock
a-
talk. It's cock talk.
It's cock talk.
This is 100% gag dog.
But there's no way that's not intentional. You don't just because you sit on the toilet seat. You don't shit on it. You sit on it. So if you're shitting on it, that means you're
I can see how they get that confused. No shit. I mean, it's
Well,
fucking
no,
really
but-
similar.
that
Unless
means
they're
you're.
hovering.
That means that means you're standing up and shitting.
They could be.
What if
hovering.
they're pissing? Like, oh, I gotta go shit, but and they
Does
just
that ever happen to you?
no, never.
Okay.
Well,
do you shit? Do you shit? Do you
No,
piss
I've
backwards?
definitely
if
had
you go
some
in there?
situations where
I've
we're
had
close.
yes, but
Like you almost did not make it in the bowl.
I put it in my pants, not on the toilet seat. Once.
No.
But
Once.
What? No,
You
no, I'm
missed
saying
the
no
whole
to
toilet?
him. You don't just.
You're saying-
If you have to
no,
shit
I just
that
did it in my
bad,
pants.
No, I thought
get
you were
to the
like,
toilet,
how'd you shit in your pants?
You always make it to the toilet.
Absolutely not. If it's
So
coming
you
out,
shit, you shit on the toilet.
not
See?
like close. Yes. If
Close?
it's like coming
But
out.
you always make it.
No, but I'm saying like
Have
there's
You have
been-
a 100% success rate.
I'm saying there has been
So
shit
you
on the
have-
toilet seat that I'm like
You
I
shit
just
on-
barely
I've never
not like
shit
a
on
full
a toilet
fucking
seat.
shit, but it was like as it was coming out, like as I'm sitting down, it's already coming out.
Right. But
That's
that's
like a-
that's
Take the toilet seat off.
That's just terrible time
Regardless,
management.
yes, that's my point. But regardless,
That's me every time I walk into Lowe's. I'm like,
That's why I don't
"Holy
work there
fuck,
anymore."
I gotta shit right now.
dude, you want to smell
Fuck
something
this
bad?
lumber. And they're
Yeah.
like, fuck Goldsby. You can pick it up. I gotta shit right now.
You want to talk about something going to bed? Go into a Lowe's bathroom at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and
If
it's
I go to Lowe's, I have to shit within 45 seconds. Everyone. Doesn't matter where it is. Doesn't matter if it hits me right in the face. I gotta shit.
what are your shit?
Was that a fucking... Was that a blackout?
Yes.
I'll blow up in hives.
No, you won't.
You will
You
not.
threw it at me.
I didn't throw
You
it
picked it
down.
up and you threw it at me.
Shut up.
Hopefully you're gonna
He said blow up in hives, and now all of a sudden his throat's closing.
I fucking hate blackout.
I wish your mouth was open. I just shove it
You
in
could
there.
have fucking hit it.
What?
It's kind of a creepy thing to say. I wish your
I
mouth
wish your mouth was open. I would just shove it in there.
It's open. You could have hit it.
Are you drinking your electrolyte?
You
Hell yeah.
couldn't hit it. You
My
couldn't hit it
off-brand
if you wanted.
Pedialyte.
Yeah.
Couldn't hit it if you
Electrolyte.
wanted to.
Damn, playing hard to get, huh?
Yeah. Wide open, brother. Let's go.
What is going on?
I don't know.
What's cock talk?
Well, we discussed our shits. So check that off the pod
This is
list.
cock talk.
Dude, low shits are bad. I don't
Because
understand.
that's post coffee.
No, does not even matter. If I just took a shit like 2 minutes before I went into Lowe's or Home Depot,
So the
and
parking
then I
lot,
go
you shit in the parking lot.
and then I no, like if I was
What?
just like.
Took a shit, he left home, he went to Lowe's, and then he's instantly got
As
shit.
soon as
How does that happen?
I have no. I think there's something in the air.
There's no way.
You're telling me, like, I literally walk in the door and I got a shit. I'm like, there's no way. I'm literally like, there's no way that I have this shit right now, but I fucking do. I do every fucking time, and it's the most
Shit
annoying
falls out.
I
time.
just looked up in the cereal and realized the lights.
The nipple legs.
Boob legs.
Boob legs.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They're so bad.
And they're oddly placed.
They don't give any light
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Why is that one placed above the fridge?
Yeah, these three here.
I can turn every light on in my house and I still can't see.
You can only see it.
What'd you let me take those lights back for? I could have just brought them over here.
No, boob lights they're cheap, but they're fucking dumb. I just got rid of one of ours. Replaced it with an Ikea light. I turned the fucking light on, and it's like it's fucking dark outside. There's no light. Jess is like, "Oh, this is so fucking cute. Just get it, put it up. It'd be fucking adorable in the nursery. Put it up, turn it on. Light comes on, but there's just nothing.
Just
It's
darkness.
just like a shade that covers the whole light bulb, and it's like dark. Fucking terrible. It looks a lot better.
At
than
least you
Boob
didn't have to build it like a normal IKEA stuff. You had to build a light bulb.
No, I gotta build it. Alright, listen to this bullshit. So we
Oh,
drove.
this is gonna be good.
We drove to Columbus last week
To go to IKEA?
to go to IKEA, and obviously, if you drive to Columbus to go to IKEA, you spend $1,000 on other bullshit that you don't need to fucking spend money on.
Like not at IKEA or at like
No,
or
not at IKEA.
So you, like, went to-
Canes and the fucking outlet malls and.
Okay, you end up going to not just IKEA.
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I was down there at the same time you guys
Yeah,
were.
I know you texted Jess.
Wait, Bree and
I see it if you text my wife, but if you text me, I don't see it.
I don't understand that, but progress.
Me either.
Because Jess checks her phone.
I said I don't understand that.
So-
And he goes, me neither.
Because Jess will be like, "Hey, Goldie texted me."
So we go to IKEA, and we get the light and something else.
When you went down to IKEA just to get the light.
just to get the crib.
Oh,
That wasn't there.
could you
It's like
order
a
it?
300.
Yeah, that
it's
wasn't
like a
there.
$300
That wasn't in
crib.
stock.
It wasn't
They
in
had it on
stock.
sale for $78.
It wasn't in stock.
Online it said in stock, which is why we drove there. We get
Didn't
there,
have it.
there's no cribs in stock. And you have to wear a mask in there unless you're vaccinated, and we're not vaccinated, so we just didn't wear a mask in there. So we fucking go
So
to
you're lying now.
Cane's. No, the lady was annoying as fuck. Dude, there's
Alright,
like
continue.
10
It's not the
out
best
of
story.
1,500 people didn't wear their masks, so I was alright. We got home, 3 days later, she's like, "Oh, I got the crib." I'm like, "Alright, sweet, $78. Yeah,
That means no.
okay. How much was it? The crib was $78.
And?
The shipping was $99.
Oh my god. Plus the,
99 fucking
plus the
dollars.
gas to drive down there and back that you wasted.
99 fucking
Did you get anything
dollars.
from the outlet mall at least?
No, because the fucking lines were wrapped around and you had to have a fucking mask to go inside. We got Cooper a Lego
Well,
set.
Columbus has the
Columbus is
ordinance.
mad.
Yeah,
I found that out when we went down there.
We
Columbus has a mask
drove. We
ordinance,
drove
yeah.
all the way to Columbus to go to a fucking.
And you
little-
bought Cooper
a
Lego
little
set.
kid's toy shop in the fucking outlet malls where you didn't have to wear a mask to buy him a fucking Lego set.
You guys are such good parents.
Oh, great one! I'm
It was a
gonna,
nice day.
I'm gonna
It was a
hang
good- it
that
was a
over
nice
his
day.
head for fucking 3 months.
Hey, we drove to Columbus to get you a fucking Lego set.
Every time
you
they want
shit.
something, like motherfucker.
He's like, Dad, am I in the bubble? Yeah. Well, fuck you, Dad.
Oh, that motherfucker! Every time I get home from work, he's in the bubble because him and Jess are like sitting in the kitchen. I walk in the fucking house and he'll be in the bubble with Jess, and he'll fucking run up to the fucking front of the garage door, open it up, and he's like,
That a boy! Nice, son!
big two finger fucking flips me off, and I start laughing. He starts laughing, he runs away, and I'm like, motherfucker.
This is in the garage.
This is what like the Mac turned on.
No, I think Cooper and I have ADHD from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. And at that point, we just make random fucking noises, fucking just like while you're sleeping.
And he's like, hey, Dad.
He doesn't like it. No,
Can you be in
Cooper's
the
like,
bubble?
hey, Dad. I That's literally how it goes.
I was trying to remember what they said. Fucking, that's their Law and Order. And they're like, in the criminal justice system.
Oh yeah.
These are their stories.
In the household of Jessica and Logan, the Kalimba causes a problem.
These are their stories.
All right.
Let's hit us up and end today's episode with a little would you rather questions.
How many you got? You got a decent amount?
I got a great amount.
I'd rather not.
Okay. Alright, so let's start off with kind of a funny one. Would you rather have an incredibly annoying high-pitched voice or a really deep manly voice?
Really deep manly voice.
Definitely
Deep manly.
Really deep.
That was easy.
Who wants to be annoying?
real deep.
I've heard people talk that have a really annoying voice, and I don't want to be that person. There was two sitting behind me last night at the races.
What is that?
Everything you got. I put in the middle. It was like in the middle of the second
Oh.
the trucks, and Brie looked at me and goes, "I'm gonna fucking punch these bitches."
Who does? In what?
Behind us at the races, like,
Oh,
what?
I think
Did you
you're
just
talking
say, Johnny?
There it is.
There were just two girls behind
Come
us.
around,
Most annoying voices screaming last night.
Dude, I don't know how you're not
Jess-
divorced after that.
Jess, I apologize. Dude, she got so pissed at me at the camper. We were fucking watching the races.
And you did it.
Every time someone came around, I was like,
Logan, show hard! You kind of like sound like Scrappy a little bit with Scooby Doo.
so does he. Jesus Christ, it's so fucking annoying. I'd much rather have a deep voice.
All right, so would you rather clog the toilet on a first date or first day at a new job?
Where is the
First
toilet
day at
at?
a new job.
You talking like
Absolutely.
We're talking about, like if we're at a restaurant, I don't give a fuck if I clog that toilet.
Let's say it's her house.
I don't want to
At
call
her
it.
house?
Yeah, at her house.
I don't want to call her.
That's my
At
first
her
time
house
or
or or either at her house or the only bathroom at your new job
in the office.
in the office.
Oh, I had a new
boy.
job.
Yeah, new job for
Definitely.
sure.
I think if I was at her house first time and I clogged the toilet and there was no plunger,
I would never come
I would
back.
shove my hands down.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, dude.
I can't
Chop it up.
shit off.
Chop it up.
I pulled
And
that
then
shit
I
out.
would wash my hands 10 times, but I do not want to walk out and be like,
I'd pull the turd
hey,
out and put it in the trash can.
You walk in there, hey,
Hey,
I couldn't go. Someone clogged your
can you
toilet.
imagine being like, hey, do you have a plunger? No, that's like
Everybody
the
seen
worst.
the
Yeah,
Instagram
you
thread
can't.
about the girl that pooped in... It was that scenario, she took it out, put it in a litter box, and the dude's cat died like a week before
Or you
that.
just-
He's
or
like,
you-
you shit in my cat's litter box?
Or you just walk out and be like, hey, I just took a piss. Like, did you take a shit earlier?
Because there's turds flogging the toilet.
I couldn't even flush the toilet. Like,
The worst part about Kyle's story is not only did she fucking do that, but she also picked it up with her hands. So you clearly knew that she did it then too. So I'd be like, yeah, you're right.
My
it
cat
would
is
have to be
dead.
untraceable.
One, my cat is dead. Two, that turd is huge.
Should have chopped it up into little pieces first.
I've thought about shitting in Bose's box. I'm like, that'd be funny.
I would
but
definitely know. I would totally know that you did that.
It would be so funny. Like, you're like double take, you're like, that is,
But like-
that
but
is
like-
a human turd.
But like imagine he goes, he does it on a Sunday.
He'd be like, no, he's gonna go
And
home
then
tonight.
like you don't see it.
Damn,
You don't see it till you go change the litter box like on Wednesday. And the turd just
I don't care if it was 3 weeks later. I'd be like, Goldsby, you're coming over here and you're scooping this up with your hands and you're taking it out. Because Bosa does not fucking shit turds as big as my foot. Like, that doesn't happen.
Oh, that's funny.
But I'd much rather fucking clog the toilet in a restaurant than my fucking
At a restaurant.
like first date at her house. That was the
Okay.
question, right?
It was for
It's
first
a lot.
job.
Continue.
Job.
Continue.
Yeah.
Next
Anyway.
Oh,
He got it.
well,
He
yeah.
picked the right. He picked the right one.
I was saying like I worked at a restaurant.
Yeah, Jordan. Jeez. No, his financial situation.
You're the guy that's never worked at a restaurant.
Would you rather smell like cheese that's been left in the sun or a hamster cage that has been cleaned in a
Oh,
month?
cheese in the
Cheese.
sun for sure.
Or a what?
Hamster cage that hasn't been cleaned in a month.
Totally cheese. Some cheese like is
That's
left out in
better,
the
it's back.
sun on
Dude, there was
purpose.
some- What's that?
Blue cheese, I feel like is just left out in the sun on purpose.
Yeah. I love blue
Cheese is
cheese.
gross.
Blue cheese is so
yeah,
gross.
definitely the cheese one.
Fuck that. Jake had a guinea pig before, and it was disgusting.
Ugh.
Hamsters eat their babies,
Savages.
bite their heads off and shit. It's fucking weird.
Fucking ultra savages.
There's a
I
lot.
literally don't have anything to say after that. That's all I got. Nothing.
Okay, good. Dude, sorry.
There's quite a bit here. So,
Read fast.
Read fast, eat ass.
Cum dumps.
Would you rather accidentally send a nude to your dad or your boss?
Ooh. My boss.
I
I think I like the way this is going.
Story time.
Kyle
knows the
actually-
story.
it
No,
was-
you're not. I'm
it
really
was
intrigued.
Actually,
I'd love to see P-Fast Daddy.
okay, I don't know.
Jordan.
I've never talked to my father about this before, but he definitely got a nude sent to him on accident.
By you?
It was supposed to go to me. No, it was
Supposed
supposed
to
to
go
go
to
to
you.
me.
He never
It went
These
to
guys'
you.
phone numbers are
Are
all
the
one.
same, but one number.
He never mentioned it to you.
No.
If Cooper's girlfriend accidentally sent me a nude, I mean, granted,
Hey,
it
my
probably
mother-
Wait, right now?
no. Shut the fuck up.
All right, Jordan.
Say he's 18, and his girlfriend.
Say she's of legal age.
Hey, skip ahead 23 years.
I'm being safe.
Okay.
I would most certainly be like, Bub, I think this is supposed to go to you.
No, you wouldn't. Oh, well, okay, you knew. But my dad had no clue who this girl was. Not a fucking clue.
Is that the age gap in technology where he was like, oh, this is just some random number texting me?
No, because it was strange. It wasn't.
I don't under. Yeah, I was
It
gonna
was
say I
never
don't
around.
understand
How did she accidentally send it to your
because
dad?
she literally had to type in the
My
number to
number-
then send it.
Yeah,
Okay,
but was
so
she already talking to you?
My number is 7846. My dad's number is 7845.
Yeah, but weren't you already talking?
It doesn't
Texting?
matter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes.
They would just send it in a thread.
Did she
Yeah.
just
She was not
type the
smart.
number in to send it?
She
We
was
don't
not
talk.
smart.
We haven't talked. Yeah, no, she's really
I'm
this one.
curious as to
How
what it
recent was this? Because the way you say we haven't talked in a
8
while.
years
He's like,
ago at least.
No, it was
he just said like 2018.
7 years ago.
This was last week.
Yeah, it was 8 years. You were fucking right
8
on the money.
years?
It was probably about 8 years ago.
Ding ding.
Also after high school.
Yeah, it was way after high school. It was
Yeah, we're all graduating.
That might make it worse because it definitely she probably definitely had like an iPhone or something that has a thread, so she just is a dumbass.
yeah, no.
Totally
I
makes
also she also put her car in a ditch and I carried her on my shoulders out of the ditch one.
Hey! That answers that.
Anyway, carry on.
She's dumb enough to do that.
But
Just
how-
That's bad.
that
So-
girl.
I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know who it is.
Okay, don't
say it on here.
We'll
Yeah, tell me
we'll circle back. I don't know. Yeah,
We can circle back later.
he must not know that story either.
I don't know that story.
So
Okay.
regardless of who it was, how does your dad just says like, oh, it's like a bot, like it's just some
No,
random.
he texted
Like
back.
a
I think you have
full
the
nude, just
the
like-
wrong number. That's what he texted back. So
That's
that was it. That was
understandable.
the end of it.
But I feel like at that point I would probably ask Coop like, hey, bub, like, is this supposed to go to you? Because I don't think
And
it
what
was
is
supposed to go to me.
what is this girl's IQ?
Fucking 3.
All right, moving on.
But that makes me question how I'm gonna be with Cooper when he's that age. Because I feel like I literally am gonna be like, bub, I just saw this naked bitch.
Is this
Definitely,
You're not
wasn't,
gonna say bitch.
definitely wasn't my naked bitch. Is it yours?
And he's gonna be like, "Hey, Dad."
He's gonna be like, hey dad, I'm 11.
Dad, come on!
All right. Would you rather have your name tattooed on your forehead or have never have front teeth?
Fuck the
My
no
name
front teeth
tattooed
thing.
on my forehead. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm a teeth guy. It's a fucking no-brainer.
You can wear a hat.
Believe me.
Yep.
It's
Fucking
fucking
forehead.
I
terrible.
wear headbands all the time. It's
terrible.
fine.
This
I-
tooth right here, if you flicked it with your finger, it'd fall out. And I wouldn't have a tooth until November 15th. Nothing.
That's so specific.
Very
Nothing.
specific.
It is.
Is that your
that-
appointment?
Yes. It's literally hanging on by a thread. You want to see what it fucking look like without it?
No, I don't.
Yes, I do. I 100% do.
It's not, because at first I was like, oh, I just look like a fucking hot, like, hockey player.
look like a
You said I look like a hot hockey
I'm like,
player.
oh yeah, I'm like, fucking Ovechkin. Some fucking, yeah. I look like a badass. No, I look like a fucking hilljack.
Yeah, I knocked out my front tooth and I was like, oh no.
That's gotta go on the pod somehow.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, that's great.
That you look like
Kyle, did you
what's
see
his
it?
name on The Hangover?
Yeah, you do. You look
fucking
like
terrible.
Phil.
You know what's
The
worse?
dentist.
You know what's worse? They gotta pull this one, right? That one?
Mhm.
This one is already loose.
So you gotta pull both
So
of
they're gonna pull this one, this one's just gonna fall out, and they're like, that'll be another $5,000.
them. But Tom just did fucking replace them with chiclets.
Like that.
It's $5,000 a tooth.
Chiclets are fucking 5 cents.
What movie is that?
That is
The Hangover.
Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, that is
That's the menace.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking. I got a
He
flipper
knocks him
for
out.
this tooth.
A
But
flipper?
then, yeah.
Is it a fish?
No, it's like
Dolphin.
a retainer.
It's
with,
a retainer with a tooth.
with my front tooth.
Can we
in
move
it.
on? We don't need Logan's fucking sob story about his teeth.
Yeah. $30,000 for the front teeth. Fuck me. Start a GoFundMe.
Christmas.
This is actually this is
Cue it fucking in the arms of an angel like Christina Perry. Okay?
Yeah, dude.
Hey,
We
it's
just
just
need
like,
yeah. For only 10
Kiss
cents.
me, hey, Logan,
That's only
Steven.
10 cents
For
a
only
day.
10 cents
You
a day.
can
Give Logan a new smile.
GoFundMe.
Go fuck me.
And then
Probably an
fund me.
actual website.
Just go fund Logan Jones.
.com.
We a fuck teeth.
Go fund go. I wish I had a fucking GoFundMe because actually it's @ _
You have a
GoFundMe
Venmo.
/ Logan.
What's your Venmo? Probably OK Jones 12.
I might get like 15 cents. Fuck all you guys.
Who's gonna give you 15 cents? I mean, we
I was thinking of our 15 listeners that they all give me.
A
we
penny.
have fans.
They do?
Only.
Oh shit! With the guys, come on, get on.
Anywho, would you rather live in a world where you have to dance instead of walk or sing instead of talk?
Dance so walk. Hell yeah.
Sing it.
Dance.
Ooh, definitely sing instead of talk.
You're gonna sing everything?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you're good at singing. That's different.
Even if he wasn't good.
But that would be the way that you would like
Absolutely.
portray yourself.
Is that
See,
open?
Yes.
But that would probably be like the social acceptance thing though. Like if you had to sing instead of talk, like you would be judged by how well you sang, and that would be what you were, not just your appearance. It would be more about how you
It'd be
sang.
really annoying
So,
if you're
it's
just doing
not
the Cupid
really-
shuffle, right?
you
You're
just
trying
say
to,
it.
trying to go to the
I'm
fucking
gonna pick
bathroom.
dance while I walk.
Yeah, me too.
Or
Can
sing.
you read the next one?
Yes, we don't need a fucking logical reason.
No, if you're trying to two-step,
No,
I'm
listen,
trying to go to the bathroom. I'm like, get the fuck out of my way. Get the fuck
Well, if you're doing the helicopter with your fucking meat hanger, I'm gonna be out of fucking John real quick.
Who the fuck said I'm do that?
What if you could fly with that? That'd be
Probably
impressive.
quite good.
He's running fast enough.
Well, that'd be cool, but I'm not gonna sing and whip my dick around so you can't get to the
Well,
bathroom.
I'm the one that dances.
back and forth.
But you're gonna be doing the salsa, all that's no fucking women's room. Fucking-
What in the women's room?
I don't have what?
All right. Would you rather?
I do come in there.
Would you
A lot of
rather? Would you rather the ability to change the past or see into the future?
See you in the future. Past is gone.
Not if you can see into it and change it. It's
Why would I
there.
want to change it?
But
I learned
could
from
you,
it.
could you change it? Though?
Yeah, that was the fucking question.
Change the past or see into the future?
See you in the
That's the
future.
question. So yes, you
I
could.
heard see into the past or see the future.
Already seen it, lived it.
What do you mean see into the past? That
I
doesn't
know,
make any sense.
I
You already
know
saw it.
That's why I asked, because that's what I heard, and it didn't make any sense.
It's either see into
Change
her
the
ass
past.
or come in the future. That's
Oh, shit.
See you guys next week.
See into her ass.
There might be some real fucking. You might see a lot of shit around.
Bro, what are you doing?
Matchbox cars.
Are you seeing into the future, or are you changing the past?
Oh man, as much as I want to see into her ass, I'm changing. I want to see the future.
Gage,
Future.
Logan, change your past or see into the future?
Actually, change past.
Really?
I definitely would too.
That's tough.
Damn, because yeah,
It's way
Now you make me think about it.
Into your house.
It's way tougher having kids because like I feel like if I would like go back to like high school and change something, that might.
oh my
change-
god, that would change my whole
the
life.
whole
Yes.
process.
You can- yeah.
change past. Change
You can
past
either
for
change
sure.
one thing or
Holy
you can see in the
shit.
future for one thing.
So you
Yes.
just change one thing and like
Yeah.
right now it doesn't change.
Yeah, but I think about I could change
Yeah.
Changing one thing would change everything.
No,
Exactly.
but that's
If I
the
change
scenario.
one
If the
thing-
scenario
Butterfly
is you
effect,
go in your
yes.
past and change one thing and
Butterfly.
nothing else now changes.
No,
That's
it can't.
different.
It can't. That's impossible.
Okay, this
No, I
is
don't
the-
want
this
that.
is
I
the
want my whole life to
logical,
change
Would you rather
completely.
question based
I
off
do.
of real lifetime travel?
I would change one thing and it would change my entire life. and I'd be
Yep,
happy
same.
with that.
Me too.
But that's what I'm. Okay, I
All right,
understand what you're
change
saying.
past. I got it.
But is like what I'm saying is the question that, or is the question like you could just go back and change one thing and it would be differently now? Do you get what I'm saying? Like without
Just
changing.
think butterfly effect.
I know. I understand the concept of what you're talking about.
No, but that's the question. If you go back and change one thing in the past,
The whole we would not be here if
Your
any
life-
of us went and changed one thing. Probably.
Just change anything.
You can't go
of
back
the
to
past.
fucking 1993
Or see the
and
future.
be like, oh no, I wasn't born.
You don't just
That's
see
not what
one
I'm
thing
saying.
in the future.
But yeah, I think if there was one like a couple things I could change like in 2012, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Same.
Absolutely.
I agree, but that's not what I was.
But that's what I'm. That's how I'm thinking about it.
Yes. Okay. I get what you're saying.
The
And
one
that's-
thing that I would
that's
change would change
got
my whole life perspective or life trajectory. So at that point, I'm gonna say future. And I don't even.
What the fuck?
not- What's the next one? What's the next one?
Hey, what do you mean? What the fuck?
I got time for one more.
Hey, it made you change your mind. Me thinking about it, you changed your mind.
Well, hey, what's the next one, Mike?
So did you.
What's the next one, Mike?
You guys didn't even answer.
We
I don't know,
did.
for
Yes,
the
we
first
did.
20
You-
minutes
no.
of that conversation,
They
I was
just
talking
said
about
that they
seeing
changed
into
their
her ass.
mind.
So
You went. I already picked. I picked first, and then Jordan changed.
And then I changed my mind, and you guys both flip flopped, and then
What are you talking about?
all right, what's the next one?
Next one.
I'm trying to find a funny one we can end on here. Would you rather? We might do two more. Would you rather speak to animals or speak unlimited foreign languages?
Unlimited foreign languages.
Animals.
oh, that's a
Type of
tough
squirrels.
one.
Animals. Jordan already talks to
God
squirrels.
damn it. No, but animals would be really cool because like I could just go off and I could literally go off into nature and literally have friends.
You
I wouldn't be
You would
alone
never
all the
have
time.
to leave.
I would be totally
So
content.
you're changing your mind again. All right.
But
you have
speaking
not,
unlimited languages
flip-flop motherfucking
would
pancake
broaden
over there.
so many
We're gonna talk over
horizons.
each other.
Dude, that's a tough one. That's the best one yet. That's
I'm
tough.
gonna
Animals.
say animals for sure because I don't go that many.
I got. Oh, wait, can we do a question off of
places.
that? If you could talk to one animal, what animal would it be?
A dog.
Lily.
Fish.
Lily.
Just
Lily, why are you so
A single
A
sad?
specific animal?
Yes, not just fish. There's fucking 300,000
I
million
want
fish.
to know why Lily is so fucking sad.
I feel like she'd
Okay.
tell you to fuck off or tell you to put her
She
teeth
probably
away all the
would.
time.
I get one time to talk to you, Lily. Why are you so sad? Fuck you.
You know what, motherfucker? There's teeth are out. All right, get used to it. Lily, put your teeth
Fuck
away.
you. Okay. so-
You're right, my bad.
George's still thinking about it.
He said fish.
Just fish, really? What kind of fish? Like,
That's why I
is
said
there a specific
carp.
fish?
Talk to the carp.
Walleye.
Like, I feel like I want to know what a great blue heron has to say.
Why?
So bird.
Because they're so just.
Yeah, that's a bird.
They're
not a
always
fish.
alone.
That- yeah,
they're
that's
never
not a fish.
together with. I know, but they're never
They
like.
eat fish. That's the opposite of fish.
They never hang out in a crew. They're always alone, and they're always so majestic, and they're huge. And every time you see them, you stop and you look, and you're like, wow, that's a beautiful bird. And they're always living on the lake.
Landmines going off over there.
But yeah,
Nice. Mike, have you answered any of
I
these?
have. Yeah, I answered the last
What was
one.
this one? Did you answer this one?
you haven't answered the
Are you
last
Dr. Doodle or no?
That's my first thought was I would totally be Dr. Doolittle. Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Word.
Yeah, you're gonna talk to animals? You
Yeah.
talk to Booker?
I would, well, the one animal I'd pick would probably be like a squid or something. See what's down in the ocean, man.
Squid?
Yeah. Because they can go, like, all the way down.
I just want to know what Lily's thinking.
Go all the way down there. Know what I'm saying?
Wait.
And then there's a lot of undiscovered,
Last
water.
one. Would you rather be immortal on a mortal planet or mortal on an immortal planet?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's way too fucked up.
So you either don't die on a planet of people that die, or you die on a planet of people that don't die.
Correct.
So you live on a planet that people die, or
Yep.
So you're gonna be alone either way.
So yeah.
Oh no, because if you die on a planet of people that don't die, you're gonna die and they're still gonna be alive, so you won't be alone.
Correct.
Yeah, you will, because you'll be dead.
It's the planet itself, though, not the people on it, wasn't it?
No.
No.
No,
it
the
was
people. The people.
Yeah.
So you either
Well, I'm gonna.
Or
I picked to be
you're either
alive,
immor-
not dead.
You're
so.
either immortal on the
I'm
planet of
gonna
people that
choose to
die.
be immortal on a planet of mortals.
You want to live forever.
No. A planet,
That's what you just said. You want to be immortal on a planet of mortals.
none of which says immortal.
Huh?
Yes, it does. You're going to be immortal
On a planet of mortal
mortals.
people.
I thought he said mortal.
Mortals
That's why I
are
was
dead?
confused. I thought he said you wouldn't be
Immortals
immortal on a
alive.
planet of
Immortal
mortals.
means you
No,
live forever.
immortal on a
And
planet of
mortals
mortals, or
are
mortal
you
on a
don't.
planet
People
of
that die,
immortal.
yes.
So either you live forever and everyone around you dies, or you die and everyone else lives forever.
This is like no act like you
Nope,
were
it's just
born
you.
yesterday.
You know what? But I can live on that planet until I die,
I'm gonna
correct?
be immortal.
Okay, well, that's what I want to do.
Essentially, what you're doing, but the thing is,
'Cause I'll be
nobody,
a god.
but nobody around you ever
I'm
dies.
gonna be
Yeah, eventually you would die.
I'm gonna be immortal.
I know I'm gonna die, but everyone's gonna love me because I did so much good things.
Immortal
Hold on.
on
On the-
immortal on a planet of mortals.
The problem we somewhat touched on this before, but I didn't catch it till just now. But the problem with that is, or maybe a potential problem is, everyone around you dies. So you live forever.